Today, we're doing bolt-ons on a really special car.
No.
That's it. Thumbs out. You don't have to do anything. It's the easiest headlight removal ever. What's up, dude? Got you another Porsche to wrap. It's on the car. It didn't really look that yellowed, but now that it's off, there's clearly, like, this is a new piece of Avery.
Clearly.
God, I missed it. Welcome back, Hoonigan Project Cars. It's the YouTube channel where us Hoonigans work on project cars.
Duh.
My name is Vin, and I have been dubbed a bolt-on boy.
Yes, bolt-on boy.
I take a lot of pride in that. I've built some cars, but I like bolt-ons. And today, we're doing bolt-ons on a really special car, and truthfully, my absolute dream car. This is a 997.2 GT3 RS 3.8. It's an incredible car. It's super rare. I dreamed about driving this car forever. I never even thought I'd be able to own a car like this. But, you know, for all you guys that don't know, I go through cars quite a bit. I buy and sell a lot of cars, and I kind of make my way through dream level cars quite a bit. But this, ooh, this is it. We covered the story about how I found this car and what I did to get this on a bonus episode earlier in the year. So this is a 2010 GT3 RS. Like, to explain what the GT3 and the RS is like me and Zach. This'll do you all right. It does the job. It's functional, but like, this works out every day. It does testosterone and it takes steroids and then you might have seen it on this verse that, where me and Brian Scotto raced his 360 verse this.
Scotto needs at least a car in the head.
But today, I'm getting it prepared for what it was intended to do, go to the racetrack. I've already tracked it a couple times, it was pretty good, but it definitely had a couple things that needed to be changed. So in this episode, we're gonna do a lot of small changes. We got brake upgrades, we got wheels and tires. I wanna get the car re-PPF'd in some spots, and then still undecided, but we might change the livery on it. This week, I have a track day at Chuckwalla with SoCal Drivers Club. I gotta get this car ready for it. So we're gonna do that, and we're gonna put together an episode of me working on my absolute dream car. I hope you guys enjoy it. Not a lot of people are out there wrenching on these on their own. I don't know, here's some content of me working on it.
I've been lucky to be around motorsports for a long time, and one thing I've learned after all those years is that brakes are your key to speed. And that's anywhere from grassroots racing, road racing, rally, circle track, all the above. Hawk's entire range of pads, that at the very top, you can get up to 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit of operating temp, and all of that in an inexpensive upgrade. So once you pick the right pad, brake fluid is your next key item. Change it often, get the right temp range. I use Hawk HP660. That's a really good higher temp range, so you could get the brakes glowing red and you still won't boil over, you still won't get that brake fade. Go to hawkperformance.com or hawkperformance.com/motorsports. They got fancy charts so you can pick the right pad for your car, for your application. Just get it done, save that money, spend it on power mods.
All right, so doing brakes on the RS is actually pretty much just like any other car. It's kind of intimidating sometimes when you're working on stuff that's new or more expensive. It's all the same crap. So all you gotta do, pop the pads out. You got 2 bolts back here and then 1 little bolt back here that holds the brake line on. These actually have nothing to do with keeping the rotor on. I pulled the bolts out that hold the rotor to the hub. These actually are guide pins that locate the rotor on the hub and also for the center lock wheel. We do have to swap those over to the new Giro Disc rotors, but honestly, it's the same as just removing it from any standard car. So this car did come with Giro Disc rotors on the front, but they're pretty old and the top hats have changed throughout the years and they're mismatched on the back with an OEM rotor on the rear. So I just wanted to get a whole new fresh set so everything matches, because they just came out with a different top hat design and coating. So it's no longer anodized. So you won't get that purpling look. This will stay true black, which I think will look really nice for years to come, rather than having this mismatch setup that's bothered me since the day I bought this car. All right, so what we're doing right now is moving the locator pins from the old rotors to the new ones. Basically, it's just a 2-piece floating bit, goes in the back, and then a Torx in the front. And what this does is it actually allows the center lock wheel to locate onto the hub before being tightened down. So we're just swapping those over right now, and then they'll be ready to go on the car. All right, got the brakes all on. Pretty standard job, nothing outside of typical brake job. Gonna go mount up the tires and then get these back on the car. And I think we're pretty much done for today. When it comes to getting wraps, we only go to one spot, 360. Come here to see my boy Rocky, who actually did the 400,000 mile 911 SC job when we kind of transformed that thing. He did the 632 Camaro in no time, right before we went to SEMA, and even the Indy truck, but a lot of the other stuff you don't see also. They always have some nice stuff here. Got this beautiful AMG out front. Not a big Mercedes guy, but this thing is sick. Look at this radiator duct, holy shit, super cool. Let's go see what these guys got going on inside. What's up, dude? Got you another Porsche to wrap.
My favorite.
Yeah? All right, guys, so when I bought this car, it came with PPF, which is paint protection film. This car's got some old film on it. It's starting to show its age, and I wanted to get Rocky to check it out to see if we should remove it or replace it, because sometimes when this stuff gets old, it gets really cooked on the paint, and it becomes a nightmare if you ever have to remove it. So that's where you come in. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
Like anything else, you just don't want it to leave it on for too long. You know, everything deteriorates from the sun, from weather, from dust and debris resting on the surface, and then the heat or the sun baking that into. We're gonna use the new Avery Dennison paint protection film on it, so it's gonna look extremely deep, wet.
Why y'all wet?
Really, really clear.
Yeah,
and
so
you're gonna get the protection out of it continuously. So
yeah,
that's the idea.
paint protection film is meant for cars that you don't want to ruin the paint, right?
cars.
All cars, pretty
Yeah.
much. It really preserves a car, and for something like this, I think it's super important that I try to keep it as nice as possible while actually enjoying it, because I don't want to just like park this thing and never use it. And old films, they go bad, and I don't know when this was put on. It could have been 6 years ago, it could have been 10 years ago. So like, I want to get this thing replaced so that I don't have any problems in the future. So PPF, simple move. We're gonna try taking this old wrap off today, see how far we get, and then install some new Avery PPF. This thing will be looking good.
How did I not drop it? Look at what's in there.
So is that goo? Is that a booger?
It's booger.
Dude.
It's called dum-dum tape. It's what holds on the interior panels of all these cars.
Oh my God, so smart. When I did the SC here and I put my emblem on, I lost like 3 of those in the hood. All right, so what's our first step? We're just gonna start
cool.
peeling?
Yeah, it was done, I would say, proper.
So what's the technique? You just steam this?
Yeah, so I'm gonna catch an edge here, which thankfully there's plenty of them.
Casual shade, rapper shade.
But I'm not a rapper.
So you got this old stuff. Dude, it's crazy because you were saying, like, actually you could see it on camera. It's on the car, it didn't really look that yellowed, but now that it's off, there's clearly, like, this is a new piece of Avery.
Clearly.
God, I missed it. But like, look at that versus this. Dude, night and day difference. That's kind of gross.
Well, these films, you know, they've come a long way with technology, and that's what everybody's trying to continuously do to get better,
Just prevent that.
Yeah, prevent that, and also chips, cracking, peeling. Look at that. I don't want to jinx it, but
That looks nice.
peeled off nice. That's what happens when you do it within time. If you would have left that on for a few more years, parked it outside.
Well, that's the thing people don't realize is like California, we generally have nice weather, but the sun is brutal here. So like wraps, plastics, PPF, all your like rubber trim, that stuff gets wrecked out here. All right, this is moving right along. So the steamers are a huge help. So we got the hood removed. We did both fenders, fender flares, and a little strip on the rear bumper. So far, pretty easy. I was really scared about doing it because I've heard horror stories about ripping paint off and this and that. But Rocky reassured me it'd be fine, and it was. So all we got left is to pull off these dive planes and then do the front bumper, and I think that's it for unwrapping. What do you got here, dude?
So we pre-cut the kits, and then we're gonna weed out the excess.
What do you mean pre-cut them? So this is like on a laser machine? Like a
Yeah.
plotter of some sort?
Yes, sir, yeah. Lasers on their heads.
So this big poster thing you got is pretty, this is a functional piece of art.
Yes. So
Okay.
it's easy to stick the material with our flip solution here, stays up here, and then it keeps all the dust off.
Right.
So if you're laying it on the table, dust can settle. We try to clean this off as often as possible because the less debris in your film, the better. But I'm spraying it because as I pull it up, it's gonna have static, but if I keep it wet, it can't attract any dust or debris.
So we got driver's side fenders all done. Pretty much what you do is get it on and then don't do the edges yet. Give this some time to dry up and heat up. Any imperfection you see in here is just kind of like soapy water. The car's not detailed, but got it all pretty much situated. So moving on to the next side. We are all done. Nice work, my man. I'm walking away from camera. Look at that, thumbs up.
Just trying to clean up my workspace, dude.
Speaking of cleaning up, this looks way better. Like, I know this is not the most exciting type of content because there's not a major transformative difference, but in person, huge difference in clarity and quality that you can see in the paint. But for me, this is like, we don't always have to destroy cars. I want to go out and destroy some cars at Hoonigan, but this is about like protecting your asset. This is a car that I've worked really hard to get. It's always been a dream to have. So this is like one of those things. And it's pretty incredible. Like just the difference in like the paint looks clearer. There's less imperfections in it. And I mean, it did its job. You did a great job. So what we did was front end PPF. So we did the bumper, the hood, the fenders, flares. We even did the A-pillar, the rocker panel, the quarter, and behind the bumper. So this thing is like fully protected. Currently, no graphics. Gonna wait until do a little, maybe a paint correction, and then, I don't know, I might run it with no graphics for a bit. We'll see. But for now, I think it looks pretty sick. Rocky, thanks again, my man.
You're
See you
super
soon.
welcome, dude. Anytime.
Guys, I officially made it. This is the proudest moment I've ever had at Hoonigan. Someone is helping me change tires. Oh my God, this is a first ever. Thank you, Josh.
Got it, dude.
Josh always says, you know, you're the only guy here that still is out there doing his own tires. But today, I was like, I'm gonna change that. This is great. So yeah, last thing we're gonna do on this episode is swap out the wheels. So the RS wheels have become super expensive. They're RS fitment only. So going on the track, I'm always kind of worried about bending or breaking one of them. So we got a new set of wheels made that we'll show you in one sec. Let's pull these off first. Also, I got the best tool ever. I made an Instagram post about how miserable it is to own center locks and change them. And I think people thought I was so stupid for doing it the wrong way, which I wasn't, because it's so difficult. But this company makes a gun. It's a torque gun, not an impact gun. And it actually torques your wheels and then backs them off and then torques them again, which is the proper procedure. Because on Porsche center locks, 440 foot-pounds. So the car can't be on the ground, it has to be in the air. There's no way to hold it back. You have to start the car, run it, and then have somebody who's a beefcake like Zach step on the pedal as hard as they could so you could do it. And if it spins, you're just wasting effort. It's like doing the worst deadlift ever, like 16 times to do wheels. So this thing, you know, it's pretty expensive, but it's really worth it, especially if you change your wheels super often, because it does the whole procedure for you, and you don't even have to break a sweat, which is great. Because honestly, owning a car where taking your wheels off sucks was like very scary. Like the number one thing you have to do when you work on a car is take the wheels off. And that was always like, well, maybe I just won't do this. So yeah, show you how this thing works. Take the wheel off. Then we'll show you what Josh is working on. Then this episode will be over. All right, so rather than breaking a sweat, this is the epitome of work smart, not hard.
I can't. Just walk us through because you can't. No.
440 foot-pounds, baby. The easiest thing ever. I don't normally get excited about, well, pretty much anything, but this rules.
Easy.
All right, so if you guys didn't know, Rotiform started a motorsport division, and they're actually on a lot of the race cars in the GT3 series. Earlier this year, we launched a wheel for the Ferrari 296 GT3, and this is the same wheel. So I figured this is a good track day wheel for the GT3, considering it's on GT3 race cars. Makes sense.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
The process isn't annoying enough. You also have to use probably one of the worst products in existence, which is anti-seize. If you guys have ever used this, you know that pretty much one dot of this, you just turn into the Tin Man. You gotta do this, you gotta put it on the wheel. And the best part is like, you can't use too little, but you can't use too much. Otherwise your wheel will make a bunch of like noise, like it's gonna fall off.
What's the appropriate amount?
Just enough, which is a very precise amount. No one knows how much though.
I guess we'll never know.
All right, got the new wheels on. I'm digging the look in black. It's definitely a bit more stealth. I might actually paint match them gray to the car, but I wanted to try out black first, a nice, good, subtle wheel for the track. And then the last thing we're gonna do, I lied, I forgot, because you know, this guy Tim right here, he showed up, gave me another thing. This company, Morimoto, is part of the Hoonigan family, and they just came out with some new headlights for the 997, and these are essentially 992 look headlights, so they have a whole different look to it, which I think will look good with the black wheels. We're actually gonna do a giveaway, because they just started making these, and they wanna get some people out there aware of them. We can't do a big official giveaway, and this is the thing I thought about really quick. So we're gonna give away a set of these headlights. They're about $1,000 new. They're super cool. They'll fit any 997 from 2007 to 2011. All you gotta do is follow me on Instagram, follow Morimoto on Instagram, post a photo of your 997, tag both of us. We'll randomly pick a winner by this date. And that's all. So I'm gonna show you how simple it is to put these on. All right, so if your 997 is missing the toolkit, which mine was, all you need is a 5mm on a 1/4 inch drive with lots of extensions. You go in here, all deep like, you just gotta like feel around until you get on it. And then you get on the 5mm bolt, and then all you gotta do is turn it towards the front of the car, or maybe it's towards the back. And that's it. It comes out. The plug is there, and it slides into this thing, and all it does is this bar locks it in place. That's it. You don't have to do anything. It's the easiest headlight removal and install ever. I was honestly blown away that this exists. Hell yeah, I love when they do this. There's a box inside of a box.
What's in the box?
So these are the new Morimotos. These are 992 look headlights, so they run a 997 housing and lens, but they have an updated projector and the 4 DRLs to mimic the look of the 992, which is the newest generation 911. So side by side, that's the right, that's the left. The black housings I think will look pretty cool with the wheels. We'll put them on in like literally 1 second. That's it. One pop and it's on. So these have daytime running lights that you can wire up to look like the 992, but I just want to check them out first. So we're gonna put these on without the DRLs, and then we'll pop them back off. It's super easy. We'll wire them up. Boom. All right, there it is. A little updated look for the headlights right now. So like I said, if you want to win a set of these, they're Morimoto 992 look headlights. Simple rules. Follow me, follow Morimoto, post a photo of your 997, tag us. We'll select a winner by this date, and we'll send you over a brand new set of headlights. All right, that's the end of this episode.
Is it safe for me to close your front?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
What's up?
That's a wrap, guys.
Oh, bye.
Bye.